I'm Dr. Jesse Gill, and I wanted to take a couple moments and talk to you about how to connect with your children during this very different kind of Christmas that we're having in the coronavirus era. Many parents have been talking to me about how they're concerned about how they're going to engage their children, how they're going to entertain their children, and how to keep their children from being bored. There's so many things that will not be happening this Christmas. I know many of you are going to be having some of your gatherings canceled, or some of your indoor activities are going to be postponed. And so we're looking at creative ways that you can connect together as a family. The first thing to remember is to check your weather forecast. I know we're all looking for some snow, but any day that there's some sunshine and some slightly warmer temps, put on those coats, gloves, and scarves and hats and get outside with your children. Go to a park, walk on a trail, kick a ball, play in the backyard. Join right in with them. You'll have fun. But children's brains need that outdoor fresh air and the stimulus of that to help them manage their energy levels, but also their emotions. The other thing I wanted to encourage you to do is to break out some of your old board games. Maybe things that you haven't played in a while. Go down to your stash and dust them off, and really carve out some family time together. The opportunity is now created because of some of the busyness that is going to be postponed. So now you have this downtime. And don't just spend it all on the screens, gang. Really seize this opportunity. Remember that the greatest gift is spending time together. Speaking of gifts, many children will be receiving gifts this Christmas season. It's a great idea, especially this year, to kind of space out the gifts a little bit. Maybe some before Christmas and some after Christmas, just to allow the children to experience the novelty of the toy and to really savor it and play with it and take it in. The other thing I wanted to encourage you to do is to be silly, have fun, um, watch old Christmas movies together as a family. Don't just put them on in front of the kids, the screen in front of the kids. Um, have some snacks, sing silly songs, dance around together. This may be one of the most memorable Christmases in a long time. We're talking about toys and novelty, and I wanted to give you just a word of caution. Children's brains are highly susceptible to the addictive properties of screens and video games. I could talk at length about that, but I just want to encourage you that you need to set some limits on that if you want your children to be able to engage with the family. They may even have a little bit of like a withdrawal period after you shut off the video games. So just be mindful of that as their brains readjust to sort of normal brain chemistry. But it is a must. Turn off those games for some of the time. Use the games as rewards. And then speaking of rewards, I wanted to actually put a novel idea out there to you. Some children may actually look forward to playing with some of their old toys from the basement. Children are experiencing, so many things that are unfamiliar and uncertain. It can be quite comforting to them to return to their old friends' toys from the basement. So spread out games, spread out train sets, doll houses, tea sets, you know, um, Legos, and just engage in the fun of that. Finally, I want to talk to you about, from a spiritual perspective, there's so many things you can do. Some of you are only doing online church right now, and so you really want to bring more of the faith connection into your home. Many families already have an Advent tradition, and if you haven't adopted one, here's a suggestion for you. You can look online and get some great Advent scriptures that count you down from whatever day it is now up until Christmas Day. They'll guide you through the story of the Christ child's birth. You can make your own art to go along with it, have the children draw pictures or do stickers if they're younger, act them out, the stories, and even bake and consume little treats to go with it. These are some ideas for how you can connect with your family in this Christmas season, praying the blessings of peace and joy upon you.